Well, hello all. I was wondering if it was possible to throw these machetes into a tree from a distance and how effective that would be. So I had a spare hour and felt like doing it, so I went to the bush and this is what it was like. So what did I learn from that experience? You can certainly throw these. I was throwing them with a non-rotational method. I also found a way that a distance where I could throw this with it rotating and it would stick into the tree. So I managed to see both methods. But I think it's a wonderful thing to know yourself and to expose yourself and every youngster to as many different experiences. And so now I can add to my CV that I am a machete or panga thrower. But I will say that some time ago I made these ninja star type of things, shurikens, and they really throw much better because it doesn't matter how they rotate, there's always a point that will stick. So all you have to do is concentrate on throwing it into the target. And I've got a bucket of these somewhere, I'm still looking for them, but they are really fun to throw. So I would say that if I was going to get into throwing things, I would rather throw these shurikens or these homemade ninja stars. I made them from cutting up a computer case. So it's quite a strong metal, and no matter which direction as they're rotating, they will stick. So if I was going to waste my time throwing, if I felt it was a waste of time, but the thing is, I think it's a matter of exposure. I know from the past throwing shurikens and knives that I'd rather throw a shuriken than a knife, and I'd rather throw a shuriken or a ninja star than a panga or machete. So that's the beauty of having exposed yourself to some new skill. Now, I was a teacher for 46 years, and I think, especially in South Africa, we follow the Western education system where we basically for 12 years we have the kids as a captive audience, and we basically feed them, like the Western education, a whole lot of nonsense that they'll never use. And I can say that as a science teacher, that all the stuff that they teach, even in matric or grade 12, no, those kids will never use it, and it's done in a way that's so user unfriendly and academic and mathematical and unpleasant that they would be, there's so many skills in life that you could spend time with this captive audience at school actually teaching them something useful. So I mean, I'd love to sit and devise a school syllabus of science that I consider worthwhile in Africa to master. Now most of these kids they're really not keen on pursuing careers in physics or chemistry, so they really just do the physical sciences at school to get into some other occupation. It's a real pity. It's like maths. They have to do maths to get into to do a BSc or a science degree. So, and much of it they'll never use again. So I would love to see in South Africa, which is a failed education system, just not working, and we have like a 50% youth unemployment rate. So we're churning out people, even the ones that have gone to university, and even the ones that leave school with a matric or grade 12, decent grade 12, they still can't find jobs. So we're obviously training them skills. We're wasting their 12 years. We're not training them skills that they can use in life. And there's a million things that are useful in life that are not taught at school. And I think we've just copied a Western education system, and it may work in the West where you've just got so much of a buffer of how can you say, money and time and wealth and, jobs availability and infrastructure that's working. But here in Africa, we really should be training people with skills that they can actually use. So that is my takeaway from this. Is knife throwing something I teach at school? No. Or shuriken throwing? Probably not. But I would still say that it's more useful than almost anything that I learned at school.